Oh, okay. A Uber driver streamed hidden camera video on Twitch without some passengers knowing. They thought it was just a camera, like for safety, I guess. But I can also see Uber should have this. That's privacy law, maybe, because they don't own the car. But I was gonna say they should have it so they know if somebody, a Uber driver, it should be for all parties involved, safety. Like if uh, especially for people that are coming home from clubs and stuff, you should be able to. They should have like a network for that. But he was streaming it and on Twitch, and where viewers would comment on their behavior and appearance. So they'd be making fun of the people and showing where they live, maybe. Talking about relatives and coworkers. Hey, but Unirock gets suspended on Twitch? What the hell? I want him back on Twitch. I like using Twitch. So, he got it. He's suspended from Uber, and now he is suspended from Twitch. I am now live driving awesome people around. Come check out what kind of content we can come across tonight. I can say this, if all of the people knew that they were going to be on Twitch, I wouldn't have a problem with this, but it might be it's almost, you're almost forced to give up your rights because you already, it's not like you knew about this before you got the car to come all the way over there. But I'm betting that most of the people wouldn't be wanting to wait for another car is the problem. But the driver's access to the app has been removed while we evaluate his partnership with Uber. What are you talking about? He's an independent contractor. He's not a partnership. I guess that's what they call it, though. So, this is going to be more of like a gaming one, what's going on with gaming stuff. What was the next one I got? Oh, this was interesting. I understand it, but I know that Halo Infinite doesn't support Xbox Play Anywhere website shows, but why? So the page shows that the game is coming to Xbox One and PC, further noting that it will support 4K and HDR and that it will be enhanced on Xbox One X. However, there is no mention at all of Xbox Play Anywhere. An absent that is notable given that the Xbox.com page, another high-profile upcoming Microsoft game, Gears 5, shows Xbox Play Anywhere support. Yeah, if it's... I gotta check something here in a second. See if in Windows, what games I actually can get from that's on my Xbox. But let's see. Xbox Play Anywhere is the consumer-friendly system whereby purchasing an Xbox One or Windows 10 PC game gets you a copy of the game on the other platform at no extra cost. All of your progress, including saves and achievements, moves between platforms. It's a nice system that gives you the freedom to play wherever is most convenient to you, for you. And I love that idea for people that are especially traveling, that kind of, especially because I was thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch just for that a couple of months back. But then I started, like, the one game that I was going to get for it was NBA 2K18. But since it was a terrible game, I never got the Switch. And also on the Switch, you don't even get your saves from other platforms like any other game. That's why I do like the Xbox Play Anywhere, because you can go in and sign in on a friend's Xbox and you have all your stuff right there. I mean, you have to download the game, but it will all be there. And you'll have it on, like, your laptop if you're traveling. And if you have a wireless adapter and you want to play with a Xbox controller, you can. Because I know a lot of people, that's what they use. That's what I use most of the time too, especially with my arm. I'm actually doing a video. It's like an hour long, talking about why I wanted to do a YouTube channel and why why I'm not really consistent with all of the stuff I'm going to be covering. Consistently inconsistent on topics, because I like learning about stuff, and I'm taking it from what I watched on Joe Rogan. When he first started his podcast, it was all stuff that was on the outer reaches of society. And then he started getting, little by little, more accomplished people on his podcast, and it made me not want to be stuck in like a little zone that I'm just doing gaming, I'm just doing this or just doing that. Because if that happens, then y'all aren't gonna watch anyways. There's gonna be like a certain amount of people, and I'm not doing it really for the views. I mean, down the line, it'd be nice to be able not to have a little bit of money. I'm not saying a crazy amount of money. I'm talking about when I have problems, especially like right now with the insurance company. They're basically threatening to not send a check. And I've already done everything I'm supposed to do. I've fulfilled everything I'm supposed to do. I've gotten them everything they need. And I wasn't supposed to have to send anything in until August of next year. And they said that if they don't get an update, that I wouldn't be getting a check. And I'm like, I just had surgery on my elbow and you're talking about an update. You want me to send you a picture? That's more proof than you're going to get from anything. And I still have one surgery left. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like living off money. I'm talking about being able, because all of this has I didn't get a check from the insurance company. Yes, I made sure that I had disability through an insurance company, and it sponsors Major League Baseball. We'll put it that way. But I made sure that I had it because I was working in a warehouse, and stuff like this happens in manual labor jobs. But They didn't send a check, and it's not as much as I was making, of course. I think it's 80% or 75%. But they didn't send me a check for 8 months. So I am very lucky that I saw this coming, because I was about to move to closer to work, but I decided I'd be here with my mom. And because I didn't know how long she would, I don't know how long I would be at the job, and if I liked it, I was going to move out there. And so I stay here. And I was looking at apartments like right down the street from work, and looking at houses to rent and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't have a check for 8 months. Luckily, I was here. And luckily, there was some money in my bank account that I put for my Jeep, because I'm still paying on that. I think for like 2 more years. But that's why I'll be going all over the place. I like learning new things. And I could talk about baseball and have just a baseball channel. And that would bore the living crap out of all of you, that, especially because the ones that I like talking to, if you comment below, I'll talk to you till you don't want to talk no more. But I love baseball, and this is what's all actually in the video that I'm editing. I'm just trying to put the pictures in the right spot and all that. And they're just not. I had to take a break and eat lunch and stuff, so I thought I'd check this out, because it's going to be a lot about gaming, a lot about mysteries. I'm trying not to step on or make anybody feel like I am doing the same thing they're doing. That's my biggest thing. The people that I really like and follow. That's why I haven't watched any of their channels today. If they put anything out, I haven't watched it. After I do this, I'm going to go watch it, if they put anything out. Because I don't want to be repeating something that they're saying, or if they're about to, or if they said something like, hey, I'm going to do a video on this. I don't want to be stepping on anybody's toes. The only thing that I want to do is maybe give them something that they could use for part of their video. Anybody can show all of my video. Any of them. You can show all of it if you want to. I really don't care. It's no big deal. They just warn me beforehand, because I don't like hearing my voice. And okay, so here's a few more details about Microsoft's Xbox Scarlett game streaming series service. Back at E3, Microsoft mentioned that they were working on a next generation console. At the end, hang on, I gotta mute it. At that time, make sure it's on. Yep. At that time, I noted that this new console is a family of devices and was going by the name of Scarlett. What is Scarlett? What's the meaning behind that word? It's so hard to type when you can't. I'm one of those people that there we are. I'm one of those people that's really bad about since I can't feel my fingers on one side. I can't type with that hand anyways, but I always have to look at it before I start typing. Let's see. I was wanting to see. The name Scarlet is a girl's name of English origins, meaning scarlet red. Scarlet is ranked 18th on our population charts and is often added to lists like. Sorry about that. No, I guess I'll have to look more. See, I thought Scarlet was... I hate those pop-ups. Get out of here. Oh yeah, there's another one. What the heck is going on? They will be muted. Okay, where'd it go? Nah, I guess I'll just keep reading on. Since uncovering that little bit of info, I was able to dig up a few tiny bits of content about how Microsoft is developing its next generation console, and yes, consoles, because right now they are planning 2 different pieces of hardware. This sounds like it's going to be a console like Xbox X, and I haven't read all the way through this. It sounds like it's going to be Xbox, like an Xbox console, and it's going to be like a plug. It sounds like it's going to be like a plug and play, but it's going to be a plug and play on the go. Like it's going to be like the Switch is what I'm having a feeling, because to the best of my abilities to remember, Xbox has never done anything that's been portable. I remember on last gen it was all about and I started looking at these a couple months after I actually bought my PlayStation 4, were those portable with the screens on top. Those things look so cool, but you can that's halfway. Some of them, that's a brand new gaming laptop, and I was just get that. But that's what it sounds like. But they already, in the cloud service on Xbox, on Microsoft, for the Xbox, their cloud, it sucks. It's terrible. I still have that video on edit because I am waiting for my Xbox X to come back, and I want to see if it actually works correctly, or if everything is just screwed up on my well, no, it's not screwed up because my Xbox S is working perfectly fine. It's just a media center like they said that they wanted their Xbox to be when they were pushing it before launch. That's why I didn't get an Xbox until last November, and I had an Xbox 360 and my PlayStation 3 within a year and a half of each other, right after launch. And I played the Xbox 360 more than my PlayStation, but I still have my PlayStation 4, and I'm not kidding you, it had dust and everything around the vents because I quit playing for a while and I forgot to clean it. And I don't know how it was getting air in and getting air out, and the thing works amazingly. Knock on wood. But even if it does, I probably am taking the Xbox S, as soon as I get my X back, my Xbox X, not X. As soon as I get that, I'm taking the S and I'm taking it up to GameStop. Because the only reason I got the Xbox X was the gameplay on streaming was better quality. That's the only reason I got it. The Xbox X playback, that's the only thing that was better. I mean, yes, it has better hardware, but they're not using the hardware, really. As for specs for this device, that's still not known at this time, as it's the early days of development for that piece of hardware. But what I am starting to hear more about is the second device, a stream box that is designed to work with companies' upcoming game streaming platform. Sorry, there's the film on my glasses were screwing up. Not film, but talking into the mic, something made them fog up. Let's see. The second console that the company is working on is a lower powered device that is currently planned to ship with the next generation device that is designed for game streaming. But the catch here is that Microsoft thinks it has figured out how to handle the latency sensitive aspect of gaming. The cloud, that sucks. Fix it, Microsoft. I have 15 emails with y'all about, like, I played when my S was starting to mess up, and I had to return it. It started with an update to Microsoft Windows, the Windows Store. It's always with the Windows Store. That's when people have problems or have things go wrong with their Xbox. And mine didn't go wrong on my Xbox X until I updated Windows on my PC. And I didn't have a choice in that. It just did it on its own. On the Xbox X, it just did it at the same time. And that's when the X broke down on me. So the cloud console will have a limited amount of compute locally for a specific tasks like control input, image processing, and important collision detection. The downside of this is that that's confused me. This is where I'm reading, and it's fogging up again. But I was reading it. I was like going cross-eyed. The downside of this is that since I am reading that right, he just wrote it wrong. More hardware is needed locally. It will raise the price of the streaming box, but it will still cost significantly less than what we are accustomed to paying for a new generation console, which should help expand the platform's reach. Are they talking about getting Xboxes in cars and stuff? I mean, we already got computers in there. We got a couple computers. And I do need a new SSD. And I was just on y'all's website. I hate that. It's so creepy. But I do need that. And let's see. And that is very important, as Microsoft doesn't typically make much money on the hardware sales, but they do on things like Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, and game sales. If Microsoft can create a next-gen console that requires lower upfront payment and longer subscription payments, remember, all games will run in the cloud. So you will need to pay something to access them. This is huge win. This is a huge win for Xbox and Microsoft. Yeah, it makes sense, but you're making people pay. You're going to be spending more money on your Xbox. Plain and simple. I shouldn't be having to rent my Xbox. This isn't a lease. I bought it. And to be able to play my game, I will have to... It means you're going to have internet. This is the same crap as last time. This is why I didn't buy an Xbox till last November. This actually pisses me off. I want to go take both Xboxes back. Or do like an Xbox like Sledgehammer or something. I don't know. I can't do that now, but maybe in the future. If my Xbox X gets screwed up again, that might be it. Let's see. The portions of the game that runs locally, some have referred to it as a slice or splice, means that the game is running in two locations at the same time and utilizes Microsoft Cloud to stitch it all together. So this sounds like you're just streaming one device to another device. And if I was going to do that, I would be streaming one device and plugging it into my computer. That's what it sounds like. That might be why you always have to have the cloud. The benefit here is that Microsoft Cloud platforms reach around the globe with data centers in every major market. This makes streaming the game's platform available globally, but this also likely means that it can run on any type of device. Of course, Microsoft would love you to buy their hardware, but the company's end goal is that you can access Xbox from any device anywhere, and Scarlett Cloud is looking to deliver on this idea. One person familiar with Microsoft plans said that this may reduce latency in all aspects of the game as well. If a multiplayer game is using, I don't even know, central server, Scarlett Cloud Console will be closer physically to the multiplayer server, resulting in less latency. Let's see. When it comes to games, all Scarlett games will run on all Scarlett devices, meaning both consoles will be first-class citizens. Well, that's not political. I mean, yeah, it is. This is not expected to be awkward. This game only runs on non-cloud Scarlett. I am so confused. The cloud version of Scarlett is further along in the development cycle than the traditional console that will also be released in 2020. The device does make me wonder if it has any relationship to the Xbox hardware streaming device that was nearly released 2 years ago but was canceled late in development cycle. I'm going to read on that. Microsoft has become quietly confident in their streaming solution, and now they figured out how to bring it to the market after many years of development, they're pushing forward with these plans. Like Steam? who used to work there? The hell? Microsoft is trying to take over our minds. Watch out, guys. Back before E3, I received quite a bit of information about what Microsoft was going to announce. When was this? 2006, November 7th, 2016. At upcoming gaming events, everything from a new standard controller to a smaller white Xbox One was actually leaked, but one item I said would be announced failed to make an appearance. The device, or possibly devices, was a media streamer that would fill the gap in Microsoft's lineup that would make it easier to get Windows and even Xbox content onto more displays in your house. I'm starting to think that it might have been somebody that used to work at Microsoft. Was this when the Steam Link came out? I got that Steam Link. That thing sucks. I like Steam. I need to see if y'all can actually hear how clicky that is, because I think I have my microphone at the right angle. Why don't Steam games work on Windows 10? I get it. Get Steam, Microsoft Store. Why don't they do that with Xbox? Oh. Yeah, I just got 2 Steam links for like $2. 5 reasons why Steam will destroy PC. Microsoft Stream. When it came out 3 years ago. Yeah, I have both those. It's not. It was $2 for that, and it was like $20 for that. I don't like the controllers. I like the joystick, and I guess the thumb pad or whatever. I forget what those are even called anymore. But this thing sucks. Like, it's really bad. Let's see. Where's the other one? Oh, 5G. How 5G makes use of multimeter waves. Why are these waves critical to the next generation of cellular interaction? No. I hate when they do that. It took a while, but the first ever 5G spec was finally approved late last year. 5G NR, as it's called, will bring about super fast mobile internet by tapping into new spectrum. We're expecting to see the first 5G ready phone in the first half of 2019. Although most people likely won't experience the full benefits of the new technology until about a year later. Still, 5G NR promises to dramatically improve cellular internet speed and enable experience like always connected laptops or live streaming from VR headsets. The entire mobile industry is excited as hell for it. So here's a little guide to help you make sense of the hype. 5G refers to the 5th generation of mobile networking standards determined by the 3GPP. the organization that sets the guidelines for every company's operating in cellular, I can never say that correctly, communications. The official name 5G NR stands for New Radio and doesn't really mean anything. It'll be used the way LTE is today to differentiate it from previous versions, where 3G brought the internet everywhere and 5G made it faster. 5G NR is meant to vastly boost both the capability and speed of networks, bringing you your high-res cat vids and 4K VR live streaming without delay. All these promises on 5G, I'm wanting to bet it's not even going to be half of what they're promising. There's going to be problems, not just like what everybody's talking about, but there's going to be, it's just all hype. LTE sucks. You know what? I can show you. I can make sure that I get everybody's text off my screen. So, I have LTE going right now, and I'll just turn. I'll have to bring it up there. I'm at 3 bars. You'll have to take my word because I don't think it will actually get it. I'm at 3 bars, and I'm in my room. A month ago, I was at 1 bar, and I was in my room, and it just kept getting worse. It's at 2 bars right now. And on the back of this, I asked somebody if it was because I had this on the back of it, which everybody thinks are lights. They're not lights. This was a magnet. I have tape there, but it won't stick. But it fell. But it's actually, and that's going to be so loud, and I'm so sorry. It's actually magnets, but the little cover ripped off when I was trying to mount something in my Jeep because there's no space to mount your phone anywhere on a Jeep. It feels like you're in the hood. Maybe I'll show y'all that. I might do that later on, actually, because I got to go out there here in a second. But, yeah, I was trying to find a mount where I could put my phone without without it getting hot and not being in the direct sun. Because if I have it on top, it's in direct sun. I mean, let's see. Is that straight for y'all? That's how my front window is in my Jeep. So anything that's right here, like that's how, I don't think people realize there's only like that much. There's like, so that's the window. And like right here is the end of the, what's it called? I don't know how to describe it. I feel very special, but I think my mind is getting fried from reading so much. But there's not enough room without it being in direct sunlight. I had my GoPro going earlier, and I actually had my car running when I went in places because I have remote start. I just turned it back on, and I kept the video playing or recording, and actually kicked off while I was in FedEx because I was trying to see how it sounds and everything, if you can hear me, how good the video is. But where I had to have it, the sun actually still hits right in front of where the GoPro is. So it made my face like look, it was golden. Like you couldn't see a lot of my face because it was like a certain president's glow. But yeah. Let's see. Where was I reading at? One of the ways 5G will enable this is by tapping into new unused bands at the top of radio spectrums. These high bands are known as mmWAVES and have been recently opened up by regulators for licensing. They're largely been untouched by the public since the equipment required to use them effectively has typically been expensive and inaccessible. But technology has improved to the point where the industry collectively believes we can start tapping them for consumer electronics, and since they haven't been used for much compared to lower bands, they're far less congested and can therefore enable super fast transfers. Okay, they're less congested because not as many people are using them. Typical speeds of 1.4 gigabytes per second. That's 20 times faster than the average U.S. home broadband connection. At peak rates, think 5 gigabytes per second. It's enough to stream more than 50 4K movies from Netflix at the same time. Didn't they say 5K can't go through buildings or structures? Didn't they say that? But it can go through water. We are made of water. These people that smart that are coming up with this, I still don't know if the 5G like tears or like just for clicks and views or what. But I did see, I mean, if you have any like multimeter reading the, I forgot what they're called, of the waves or radiation and stuff like that. I really want to find one, but they're really expensive to get. But I was at like Central Market the other day in South Lake, and it's a hospital that's right next to it. And I've been to the hospital before when I got in a car wreck, when I had a concussion. And there's a water tower right there. The water tower is completely full of cell towers. It's wrapped around it. And it looks like something you'd see on, what is it, Second Son? That game that you went up in the cell tower, or the towers and everything. It looks just like it. Where that guy has like superhuman, he can fly and stuff like that. And you can be like fire. And I forgot what it's called. Let's see. Oh, this is for another video. Another video I'm going to be doing, and I was researching it earlier. So, did y'all know that Lake Louisville almost flooded Dallas? So here's Lake Louisville. I used to live in Corinth. Used to work right there. So it looks like there's no way, right? Well, it's downhill from here. And I'm forgetting where all of our water comes from, but this is Eagle Mountain. This is where I used to go all the time. Well, and then this is forgot the name of that one. It's disgusting. It has algae all over it. I've been to all these lakes though. I've been to all of these lakes. And the prettiest lake is somewhere in Arkansas. I'm wanting to say it's this one. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm wanting to say this is it. Mountain Pine. See, I thought when we went it was further down. But the video is about how Lake Lewisville almost flooded Dallas. Now, we had a couple years ago, I think it was 2015, we had, and this was after we had a drought for a couple years, we had flooding everywhere. And I was working in Denton, so this came up a lot. Because Denton is right there, and I worked right here. Actually, this airport I worked right here. Right where that's a street. And it's crazy if you look at this on Google Maps, the satellite. Where is it? Unless they changed it. I wonder how current is this? Current enough. That building's there now. But if you looked closely enough, there's actually like the remains of an airplane that's like that's buried. And I was listening to somebody from Able Danger, and I'm trying to think if this is the one that they're talking about that was like a military drop spot or something. Or the military used this when they would come in. Something weird. I forgot what he was talking about. He was on a YouTube channel of a guy based out of Dallas. I always forget his name. He has gray short hair, like military cut, wears glasses. I forgot his name. It's something Midnight. Oh, is this it? Wow. They've messed with this big time. Am I using Bing? Mapbox? Look at that's a little weird. I've never seen that. But those are rows. But one day I was coming into work and my mom called me and she goes, "Are you going to be able to get to work?" I said, "Yeah, there's something going on." The plane ran out of fuel and it landed like almost on the street that I worked on. Because, I mean, it goes straight in. That's the street. But, so the video that I'm doing is about Lake Lewisville. And Lake Lewisville's right here. And everywhere around here, this is why it was big news. These are all very, it's not, terribly. It's not. I don't know how to explain it. It's the richy parts of North Texas, I guess is what you would say. Corinth is like, and you got to remember, down here the cost of living is a lot less than rest of the country. It's gone up quite a bit though recently, but Prosper is a very wealthy country town. Or last time I went through Prosper, it was. Frisco is very wealthy. But so you got to remember, let's see where, I'm trying to see where this is. And this was when the Dallas Cowboys were building their new practice complex that every high school football player will most likely in the North Texas area will most likely play at their complex, because it's like the Cowboy Stadium, but that's how nice it is. It's actually nicer than the Cowboy Stadium, but it seats, I forgot how much it seats, but it seats like I think almost 20,000. I think that's what it is. Almost 20, or in between 20 and 40,000 people it can seat. And here in Texas, that is maxed out for high school football. But what happened was, I think it was this lake. I forgot what this is. Is this Ray Roberts? Yeah, Ray Roberts goes in to Lake Louisville. And Rockwall, I think, drains in. So I know that our water for me is Eagle Mountain. Oh, that's Lake Worth. Like, duh. It's disgusting. Disgusting. You can see even by the color of the water. It's algae. The algae down there is crazy. But that's how green that's no joke. It's that green. And there's actually, this is Eagle Mountain. I used to stay at an RV park, and we'd stay there. Is this it? No. They might have demolished it. I thought it was on this side of it. And also, look at how close these houses are. They were flooding. I don't see the RV park. They used to have the RV park like right here. But maybe it's down here. I don't see where it's at, but I used to stay out there all the time. And I might be just completely looking at it wrong. We used to go up. So it'd be up here. Yeah, it's up here. Man, it's so weird looking at a map compared to everything else. So I know that when it got real low, you couldn't even see the lake from where it was. But anyways, so this runs in. So we get, a lot of lakes get their water from Louisville. Well, there was no choice to save the residents around here. They were having to pump out other places. But they started leaking. And the failure of the dam was cracking and everything. Failure of that was also overwhelming this lake and this lake. And I forgot what that is. I think that's just a big ass pond. No, it's Grapevine Lake. Yeah, that's what it was. It was all of these right here. Because it goes, I forgot it's really hilly around here. And even if Grapevine Lake would have like overflowed completely, there's a reason why the dam is right here. And then you got Louisville. The dam is right there. And Dallas is right here. But that's not really Dallas. That's where Elm Street is. But this is where they were worried about. Which isn't, it looks far. But when you have water coming down, it would have been here quickly. Louisville, and it would have been streaming. Like, it would have been like a faucet from Louisville. And then here, half of Dallas would have been underwater. Besides the tall buildings, and Dallas and Fort Worth, and it's always downtown that floods the worst, because I don't know why they did this, but certain parts of downtown Dallas is at the very bottom of the city. And I'm not talking like the bottom, like the south. No, you could build a pond there. But that's going to be one of my videos that I have editing. It just keeps going. I'm not able to get, because I don't have access to the rest of Adobe, like Photoshop right now. And every time I go in to put the photo in into my videos, so y'all can see what I'm talking about, it goes full on and zooms in way too far that you can't even see what I'm describing. So I gotta adjust that. But I'll read the rest of this. It's the most simple scenario for beamforming, where the biggest challenge is... I didn't read that, did I? So companies have figured out how to make sure the signal gets from base station to mobile devices within 5G NR. Part of the solution are two processes called beamforming and beam tracking. And the most simple scenario for beamforming, where the biggest challenge is that the receiver isn't facing the transmitter, the solution is as simple as bouncing the beam off a surface at a precise angle. The receiving device uses beam tracking to determine which signal is the strongest and pick it up. That sounds straightforward until you consider the challenge when implementing this in the real world, like an office building. Even when you have the best station set up on your floor, there are many variables to consider. For instance, metal bounce beams while concrete absorbs them. So if you're inside a conference room, a base station from outside could potentially shoot a beam in through a hollow wall, hit a metal lamp, and bounce off to your phone. To get this to work reliably enough for public use, there have been a ton of beams for your phone to track. What is that? A product of QUALCOMM telecommunications. Not only that, your phone's antenna array has to be built in a way that your hand doesn't completely cover up the receiver at any time. QUALCOMM's solution is to stash tiny antenna arrays in various corners of your phone, and is working with many major smartphone brands on where to place them. If you're not convinced that mmWAVES will be stable enough when 5G first rolls out, don't fret. Just as your phone falls back to 3G when LTE isn't available, 5G will track around to make sure you remain connected to the internet. Even if you're not using mmWAVES, most people won't have access to 5G immediately anyways. The rollout is likely to begin in cities and spread out to rural areas, and you may need a expensive high-end device to tap the new technology at first. Later versions of 5G will also allow things like, what does that say? IoT devices to connect to mmWAVES, as well as allow for use of unlicensed spectrums, increase to speeds more. I read that so bad. Unlicensed spectrum to increase speeds some more. But eventually it should become as prevalent as 5G is today. When that happens, what a world it will be. Who is this chick? Where'd she work before this? Oh, IGTV show and created out of office message. She also tweets excessively and thinks that there aren't enough. Does that say selfies? Is this a real person? Are you a real person? Where's her Twitter? Is she a real person? Of course she lives in New York. Where did I put that? You know what? I need to go back to that. So I wanted to show y'all this, even though this is where I'm getting everything, but it's the stuff that I'm interested in. Yeah, this is also about 5G waves. So this is what the picture we just saw. I think I'll have that as the thumbnail. Since everyone else is using it, there are a lot of pieces that need to come together to get 5G to work on mobile devices. New standards need to be agreed on. New modems need to be developed, and new networking hardware for towers needs to be rolled out. But QUALCOMM, I don't know how to say that. Maybe I said it right. Might have just cleared one of the major hurdles with the announcement of its new QTMO or M052. I always get confused with the O and 0 when it's in like a serial number and stuff like that. But keep reading. mmWave antenna models. Ugh. The first that have been announced that will enable the high-speed swath of network spectrum to work with mobile phones. That's a big deal because not all 5G is created equal, as Qualcomm's own simulated tests result from I'm going to end up like down the rabbit hole by all these freaking links that they're putting in. No wonder there's so much speculation about this stuff. Earlier this year showed users will already get big jumps in speed with lower broad bandwidth 5G solutions, but The truly impressive leap forward will come from the mmWAVES network. What is 5G? But in order for that to work, we first need viable mmWave hardware for phones, which isn't easy. While the mmWave portion of the spectrum offers dramatically faster speeds, it also transmits at a much shorter range and is far more easily blocked by things like walls and even users' hands held over their phone. So that means I'm going to need a bigger phone. That's going to mean I need a bigger phone. My hand is huge. It's a 6 Plus. My hand's bigger than the 6 Plus by a lot. And it's wider. Maybe that's why. I never even thought about that. That's why I don't get signal when I'm on the phone. But Qualcomm claims that its QT-M052 antenna is the solution. It's a tiny antenna array, roughly the size of a penny, that features 4 antennas that can be, with the help of Qualcomm's, I can't read that damn word. And I don't have any, since this isn't Google, I can't get it to speak for me. Accurately pointing towards the nearest 5G tower. It can even bounce signals off of surrounding surfaces. It is designed to be small enough that device manufacturer will be able to into bezels of a phone. Qualcomm's X50 5G modem is already designed to support up to 4 of the antenna arrays, one for each side of the phone, allowing for 16 total antennas. Holy crap! 16 antennas, and ensuring that no matter how you hold your phone, the signal won't get blocked. Why don't I just get the... I'm for it. Okay. We just need to get the antenna that sticks up. I want it back. Somebody make that. Or at least, you know what they need to do? This is the reason why I hadn't gotten an iPhone 6 or what? I don't even know what this one is. Anything up past mine is because this is one of the last ones that has audio jack. Why don't we just bring back the headphone jack, and we can put our antennas in the headphone jack. If you put it on top, no one's going to be bitching about not having the freaking headphone jack, and make it so that the headphone jack is the antenna. It wouldn't be that hard. It's all plastic. Those old antennas were always plastic anyways. Just make it a super thin one that's just real short. That's all you would need. You don't need all this crazy technology. Let's see. It's already designed. Yeah, we read that. It's a clever solution, assuming it performs as promised in the field. It would also be a potentially big leap forward for the goal of actually developing fast mmWave capable. Been reading too much today. Out loud. 5G devices, but presumably we won't have long to wait to find out. Qualcomm says that the first devices with the antennas should be launching as early as 2019. There'll be some actual 5G networks to use them by then. Why is everybody on seeing? Is Instagram revealing my stalkers? Yes, it is. I have stalkers. They're called crazy people that always want me to buy stuff. Those are stalkers. I have one person that won't stop hitting me up that's for Jeep parts. It's like, hey, if you're a real person, didn't you just see I had surgery? I think it's just a bot. I want to read some of these comments. Great, if only the mobile carrier networks will update their infrastructure. Don't see it becoming a reality for another 5 years. They've already started. It may take 5 years for it to be fully built out, but the upgrades have already begun. 5G poses health threats to humans. Do some research. We live with devices emitting more radiation than these cell sites will produce, and at a higher frequency. I am sorry, but one tinfoiled hat old lady with the argument of cell phones cause cancer because they do, yes, that is her whole argument, is not enough research done. Well, Mr. Poopy Bunghole, that's crazy. It's still a radiation, so it won't cause cancer. It would only cause ill effects if you're standing next to a cell tower broadcasting at 30 plus watts. 5G is more about more plentiful cell sites, all with lower average power, so they should be even better than the current situation, not worse. See, I haven't read into this. That sounds logical, but Mr. Poopy Bunghole sounds crazy. I wouldn't know why. It's a funny freaking name. But the light bulb in the lamp on your desk is outputting orders of more radiation than your phone. 5G is more about plentiful cell sites, all with lower average power, so they should be even. What the hell? Are they copying each other? Anything to compete against Comcast. Finally, I'll be able to blow through my entire unlimited data package in less than a minute. That is kind of ridiculous. And you know they're going to skyrate it. They're going to take out unlimited right away. Because people are going to be streaming 24/7 on their phone. See, I'm wanting to get a Samsung. If you take my hat off, keeps getting in the way. If you just got a new phone and what one you have, and if you would suggest somebody to get it, put it in the comments. I'm looking for a new phone. Because this one, it's been a great phone. The phone part, the hardware's been fine, but the signal is crap. Got 2 bars. Let me see. We'll see if I can figure out. No, it's just 2 bars because it sucks. Because I need a new phone so I can live stream instead of because I'm doing this right now on Streamlabs OBS, because my regular OBS, actually I haven't got a file converter, and I switched the Streamlabs OBS to JPEGs. So as soon as I get all that taken care of, and that's just me getting money, and I should be getting. They said that they weren't going to pay me, but my check is supposed to be. It should be here today or tomorrow, and then I can get some software to convert. But I'm gonna be getting a new phone, and I just want to know what is the best one for live streaming, editing, taking pictures. Because at first I was looking at the Google Pixel, and I don't know if Google Pixel and... Sorry about that. I think I have too much Google in my life right now. Google Pixel and Pixel 3 XL, rumored specs, leaked price, release date. But I like the idea of it. I just don't know if I would want a Google Pixel or a Google phone. And I know that the reason I was looking at Samsung 9S or 9 Plus S9 Plus was the pictures, and even when I'm streaming here, it's big enough that it's like a tablet basically to read off the comments or control from, besides my Stream Deck that I don't even have plugged in right now, because no matter what anybody says, even the smallest amount is making the smallest amount of running RAM, taking up the RAM or CPU is making me actually drop frames for some reason when I'm streaming. So I got to figure that out. I'm also looking about if I should get I have a 1060, a GTX 1060 going right now with 6 gigabytes of RAM. I think that's what it is, 6 gigabytes. And I was actually thinking about getting a second one, because I know that for y'all, for anybody watching, I can't put out the best visual on that part, and me being new to doing this, I don't got a lot to talk about unless I have something right in front of me or if y'all are talking to me. But not a lot of people, I don't think anybody's been in the chat yet, but also not many people were subscribed to me or knew that I was even doing anything before. So if y'all do, if y'all are watching, just talk to me so I don't go crazy over here. Because playing video games and having a camera on you, it's kind of freaky. It really is. It's like, it's like the government's watching, but I'm okay with it now, all of a sudden. I'm not saying I have 2 of the cameras. Y'all can't see the other one. That's the one that's going? It's not that one? Both the lights are on them. Let's see if y'all can see it. What? Why is it showing both of them? Both the lights are on. Oh, it's that's why. So just chat to me. Oh yeah, this is my background right now because I was playing. Y'all can't see it. I had this going, and don't play the music. I don't want to get copyrighted. But I had Asher Roth going, and it plays. Let me mute it. Y'all can see it. Oh, I gotta get out of his songs. Artist, let's go to ASAP. Play it. See, it changes the background. But forgot what I was talking about now. So just chat with me. What's on y'all's mind? What news have y'all seen? What's interesting y'all right now? What's grabbing y'all's attention? I try not to talk politics because I don't have an opinion. Maybe like a couple 4 or 5 months ago, I cared more about it. And that was the top of me ever caring about politics. I don't care anymore. I'm so over it. It's just everybody's hateful. And you can't talk. No one listens. I got a microphone in front of me. I don't think if you even did one of those studies where they put everybody in a room. I don't think they even listen during that. And they're getting paid to listen. But I just need to get a new phone so bad. Cause I had like 4 phone calls earlier today. And it was like my mom trying to get a hold of me for like, we forgot that I had a doctor's appointment because we rescheduled and then we forgot to put it in our phones. Technology. But we forgot to put it in our phones and everything. So, because we did it over the phone. And it was for my follow-up for my knee. Follow-up for my knee surgery. But, so she was trying to call me. She texted me like 3 times. And I had the phone. So you see this? The desk is right here. I had the phone right there on the desk looking at me. So I could see the front of the screen. And it wasn't on Do Not Disturb. And I didn't get any alerts. But IGN remastered Batman animated series. Todd Howard reveals by far the greatest thing is done. This better not be a video. Oh, I guess I could do that. You like me? Eurogamer. You want a reality check at work, Todd Howard? Oh, by the way, this is what I'm talking about when I say I have to restart the computer. It's because it keeps doing this on any video. So I might need it. I didn't even know this. I didn't know video cards were such a thing anymore. I thought it all went off of your GPU. Maybe I need a new video card. Because it does this after I've been watching videos or it's been on for a while. So let's see. Oh, I'm definitely going to put these in the tags. But y'all are just reading with me, so. Fortnite Slurp Juice is getting some big changes in the next patch. Your health will now be replaced before you get any benefit to your shield. See, I haven't played Fortnite a lot. It's interesting, but I haven't played it. I have played it more than PUBG, and I own PUBG. I don't know why I haven't played PUBG yet, though. Maybe I need to get... See, my phone actually went off that time. Maybe I'll play Fortnite more if I get the actual game. Because I don't like playing just the online crap. That's the one thing I don't like, is just playing that when I'm trying to get good at the game. That's what I hate. I hate being competitive when I'm trying to learn. Fortnite Slurp Juice gives you 1 point of health. I have to move this thing. 1 point of health and 1 point for your shield every second after consumption, ending when 50 points have been granted in both areas, but the item is being given a significant overhaul in the next patch. It all began with a fan on Fortnite Battle Royale subreddit who posed an idea about how they thought Slurp Juice... I might have to save this. That just looks funny. That looks like it looks like alcohol. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. If you have 100 shield, all the slurp goes to healing. If you have 100 HP, all the slurp goes to shield. Examples: before slurp, 80, 0 fill. The idea began that I really don't care. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry I wasted y'all's time with that one. Let's see. I'm going to do one more. And I don't know how long I've been doing this. Watch, it's not even... I might have to cut all this up.